It looks so dim on here. Hopefully, it's not too dim for the listeners. Oh, it looks like it's lighting up. Do you think that I should? You think I should go back there and cut on another light?
I think it looks okay, but it's up to you.
I think we're good. Okay, so if anybody's in, make sure, of course, that you say hello in the comments section over there, so that we can know you're in here. And we see people starting to come in. So once people get in, we'll go ahead and start discussing this episode. Let's see. I want to make sure. I think let me check. All right, check, check, check. I hope we're coming through the microphone and not through the laptop there.
I don't know.
It is a mystery. Let's see. All right, Jovi, do we sound like we're coming through the laptop or through the microphone?
Hello?
Can somebody give us a heads up? Because I worry that we're coming through the laptop and not the check, 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 check. No, I guess we are coming through here. All right, how's our sound quality? And then I guess we'll get into it. Okay, so we're coming through the mic. Perfect. Not the laptop mic, Jovi. This mic, right? Mic. Okay, we're good. Awesome. All right, so we just got through watching the Walking Dead season 10 episode 9. I think JP, whose fear you're quite claustrophobic, right?
I have my moments. I love going in caves. I've been through caverns, but it's scary, man. I think we learned a lot tonight. For one thing, Jerry is apparently a shapeshifter. I mean, for him to get through some of those spaces, and
it was his armor, JP. Yeah, come on, how dare you body shame Jerry?
No, he's and man, he about had a Big Bad John moment. I thought he was gonna, you know the song,
Big Bad John,
smoking whatever gas belched out of that mine. Everybody knew it was the end of the line for Jerry. But it wasn't.
Well, and then Big John came back to life. So do you think Jerry had a voodoo woman that was going to come save him?
I think the only life he would have come back to was trying to eat people, because he'd have been a zombie.
But to the episode, let me tell you, that was one of the most tense Walking Dead episodes I believe I've seen in a really long time. I will say that I thought it was going to be a little bit more based off of what you had said. Yeah. But with that said, it was very tense. I felt like I was on the edge of my seat the whole episode.
Man, I really think they missed a big opportunity to get back to prime time Holyfield by just having Jerry eaten in half. Don't you think? I didn't want to see it.
Yeah, I didn't want to see it, but it would have made it a lot more dramatic. Like it would have been, which I don't think Connie and Magna are dead. Do you?
Probably not. But I think it would have let people know, like, look, we're back to like just this is what it is. This is a crazy train, baby. So jump on board. Nobody's safe, but they didn't go out on a limb like they should have. I think they missed a big opportunity.
Yeah, I definitely think Jerry getting eaten would have made the episode a lot more dramatic as far as like the repercussions of Carol's actions,
and
but
more realistic too, man.
Oh yeah, luckily they didn't bite through his shoe. But now let's get to the part that everybody is talking about in the comments section. That is, of course, the Negan Alpha sexy time. You know, I think my girlfriend and I both kind of like looked at each other and were like, ugh. We looked over at JP, and I think he was really getting into it.
I think I might have been into it more so than Negan. I don't think Negan wanted to hit that. I think he turned around and was like, I'm used to top shelf, but that's what he's thinking in his head.
Well, the thing is, too, with Alpha, you got to remember they don't shower. They're very unsanitary. So, I mean, you just got to imagine how, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she just watched him. He just watched her take a dump, right, and then he got pushed over in it. I don't know. Maybe he's into Shizer type stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, it was definitely. I just imagine Whisperer sex has to be among some of the most disgusting sex out there. But hey, but I really, you know what I kept expecting, and of course, spoilers. If anybody doesn't want to know what happens in the comics, you might want to like mute us for a few seconds. Right about that. She didn't wipe her ass. That's right. So what I got lost my train of thought. But yeah, no, I think that sorry. All right. Sorry, got all off track there. I was trying to read comments and talk, and I was like, my brain wanted to respond to some of the comments while my mouth was trying to say something else. But no, so I thought that Negan was going to chop her head off.
Yeah, and I mean, it ain't over yet. You know what I mean? We might come right back to that scene, and he's doing something.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you, D. If you look at our live video from before the episode, I give a little bit more of a tour of the man cave. It was a little bit easier with my phone versus my laptop, but and there's my favorite part: the bar and the pizza. We had lots of pizza earlier.
Yeah, we did.
There's Ryu. Man Cave brought to you by Red Bull. But anyways, back to the episode. So let's see here. Let's look at some of these comments. Nancy Midnight says she can't stay. Oh, she can't watch The Walking Dead until tomorrow.
Oh shoot, you better get out of here.
Yeah, we don't want to be the ones to spoil it for you.
No.
Let's see. Do you think that him making a comic reference to the praying mantis? Oh yeah, I definitely was seeing some alpha beheading in the future with the whole praying mantis chopping the head off thing.
Yeah, I thought like Negan was gonna turn it down, and then she's trying to force him and basically like girl rape him. And next thing you know, he's like, "Nah, I'm not into that rapey alpha," and just saw her head off, like talking about.
Solid theory.
That's not what happened. Not
No,
yet, anyway.
no. I think that
He seems like he's gonna hit it.
I really don't want Connie to die. Like Magna, I can take her leave. Like I don't hate Magna, but I don't particularly. She doesn't do anything for me. But Connie's just so sweet and so awesome, and I will be damned if she's actually gonna die.
So Daryl will probably spend like the next 3 episodes, I guess, spelunking.
We don't need to. I'm not helping people no more.
Tonight on the Spelunking Dead, Daryl wanders around and follows a creek bed in the cave and follows it for a while, eats some crawdad.
I love crawdads.
Yeah. It gets a whiff of Connie, and so next episode he'll be right back at it, looking around in the cave.
I agree. Magna's way too moody. Like she's hot and cold, and yeah, we're gonna have Daryl just wandering through the woods. I give up on women. The one woman I loved was killed by the other woman I loved.
He's just gonna be digging holes randomly around that whole area. Like he'll get about 6 feet down, be like, "God damn it," and then climb out and go to digging somewhere else.
Let's see. I think they've made Magna so hated on purpose so the fandom won't hate Carol when she dies. Connie lives though. Yeah, Daryl will find another way in, and Alpha will block him, and they will fight. He needs to save Connie. That could be. Maybe Daryl's going to go back into the caves and save Connie. I don't know about I don't know. What do you think? I think they're alive, right? Don't you?
Probably.
I mean, we didn't see them die.
Look, it's a little cave in. It wasn't a huge cave in.
I don't want it to be anything like the Cersei cave in on Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Let's not move to the left just a little ways. Let's just stand here and be pummeled by rubble.
That's the power of incest, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
I could move to the left and survive this cave in, but damn, my brother kisses so good, and then they both die.
I think Jamie was just like, well, I've been stabbed. I'm gonna die anyway, so bitch, you might as well stay here and die with me, and that's it.
I think Beta is definitely going to sneak into Alexandria.
Yeah,
I think that is definitely going to happen. I'm kind of bummed that we didn't get to catch up with Michonne this episode, though. I mean, she's our connection to Rick. Like where she's going is going to have an effect on it. So I really hope we get to check in with her next episode.
Yeah, I don't see how Beta infiltrates anywhere. He's not like the most inconspicuous guy.
It's hard for like a 6'4" or 5 guy to just blend in.
Like this huge guy who only says like 2 words and grunts a whole lot.
He's like the evil taller Daryl from like seasons past.
Bit, yeah.
He is Daryl to Alpha. I mean, like he is to Alpha like Daryl is to Rick. Like Alpha tells him to go certain ways. He kind of argues and grunts, and then just grunts and does it anyways.
He's gonna be. Yeah, this guy says he's a sculptor from Hilltop. Don't worry about. I'm sure he's fine.
Do you speak? No. Oh, thank you, Chris. Chris said this is way better than the Talking Dead. Holy shnikey. Petition. Tell them to let us do the Talking Dead.
Yeah, we're not even watching it. Well, no,
No.
Better Call Saul came on.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
right.
it's
That's
not.
right.
Yeah,
You're
it's not
just saying that because it's not on.
Yeah.
No, we appreciate it, Chris. That's very nice of you. But not that we don't love The Talking Dead. That's an awesome show too. So
Yeah, I
not
watch
to
it
disparage it.
sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. But so I mean, some of the. I mean, I'm gonna tell you the I'm not really claustrophobic like talking about, but the whole cave
That
worm.
was difficult to watch, man. It was difficult for me to watch.
It was. It was. Let's see. Dante dug some tunnels. Beta will get into Alexandria easily. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true. It almost though you see him walking in front of the wall on a scene from like I guess later this season. Um, almost like he just climbs to the top and jumps down. I hope he does a superhero landing if he does.
Yeah, I hope so too, man. Everybody digging tunnels. Dante digging tunnels, Negan digging tunnles, and that beta butt. I mean, alpha butt. Maybe beta too. I don't know. Who knows what might
Dude,
happen.
Alpha's unwashed recently poopy butthole. Just that was my takeaway from the whole sex scene was just Alpha's unwashed booty. I mean, I don't want to be too gross here, so I won't stay too on this too long. But I really hope Doggy wasn't on the menu. You know, I hope the dog. I hope it was all missionary for Negan's sake.
Yeah. I would just burrow that ass in the ground and then start grinding up into it.
Yeah. So do you think? I really thought Alpha was going to die in the first episode or two. So it looks though from the scenes we see like she's going to be around a lot longer. Do you think that Negan's going to do the deed?
Yeah.
Trying not to spoil it too much. Do you think Negan's going to do the deed? You know, towards the end, or do you think it's even going to happen this season?
I think they're going to be fucking for like the next 2 episodes straight, just like night and day. And Negan realizes the only way to make it stop is to cut her head off,
Right.
Because he's just tired of giving up that jelly.
Hot diggity dog, I'm tired of this ass. And then he's just gonna do the deed. Man, I mean, it couldn't. I feel like there's more civil ways of cutting off a booty call though than decapitation.
Maybe, but man, you got to do what you got to do.
I see now, unless they're going to be the ones to save Magna and Connie. Um, one theory was that Maggie, Princess, and Mercer from the comics were going to show up and save everyone from the cave. It looks like that's not how it's going to play out, which it still might. I guess maybe they could save Connie. I don't know how they would just find him in a cave though. Like Maggie's like, I was just on my way back because I got that pay raise and I noticed this hole in the ground and said, guys, let's check it out. And well, here you are.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wonder how Beta would have reacted if he walked up to Negan mid-stroke. No shit. I thought very similar. Like, dude, I hope we don't have another Eugene situation. Like Beta's just watching from across the field and grunting, like he normally grunts. Just
He probably would, man. Because I don't think he's attracted to Alpha like that.
What would make it even better is like while he was watching, like Eugene just slides up beside him eating popcorn. He's like, I see we have another watcher.
Yeah, just all the habitual voyeur masturbators just come out the woodwork.
I am not a creeper. I prefer I know, what is it? I'm not a creeper. I enjoy the human form.
The helicopter just comes up and Rick drops down on a rope ladder just for no reason, just to catch the show.
I came to say, Negan, what are you doing to that little boy?
Oh, no.
Oh man, but yeah, I don't know, man. I'm glad Beta didn't, because Beta's already tried to kill Negan. Imagine what Beta would do if he knew that Negan was making the whoopee with the woman of his dreams.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's gonna be a nasty threesome, that's for sure. I feel sorry for whoever gets the back door.
That's
all I feel sorry about.
Oh, you notice I've gotten a lot more. I've went a lot more into the sexual humor on this one than I normally do.
It was just that kind of episode, man.
I had Domino's. You have to forgive me.
It's gonna be crunchy and crusty and
oh yeah, man. Unshowered apocalypse sex is probably gross as it is, but at least like I feel like Alpha and I mean I don't even know. I don't even want to think about it. It's grody. So again, back to Jerry. I really thought Jerry was a goner, and like you said, in a way, like while I didn't want him to, does JP get to spend the night? The last time I let
sleeping at the foot of their bed.
the last time I let JP sleep in our house, it turned out a little weird. So no, he has to go home. No, I've told him he could sleep in the man cave if he ever wants to, but
that's what he calls it, the man cave.
yeah, we're not talking about down here in the
No,
basement.
that's what I was gonna say. It's a double meaning. But
Uh,
it'll be all right.
No, but it's not a sleepover. JP is we both have to get up and do radio morning shows.
Yeah.
Are y'all doing a podcast tomorrow? Yeah. Yeah, we'll do our Monday podcast.
As planned.
We were gonna do this on Patreon, but I couldn't. Patreon, man, I can't work Patreon. I mean, we know how to upload podcasts to it, but even uploading videos now is a nightmare. Like back when we did the graveyard stuff, JP was able to just upload the video from the graveyard straight from his phone to Patreon, whereas now you have to download like some other program, and then just like even the live streaming on Patreon, you have to link. So we're gonna have to do some research and figure it out before we start doing like Patreon exclusive live casts. But nonetheless, we figured we'd kick it with you guys anyways.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and we've had a lot of fun, and it was a pretty good episode.
Did you enjoy the thin crust pizza that we had earlier better, or the actual like hand tossed?
I like hand tossed better, but the thin crust does agree with my stomach a little more. It's a little less grease,
It just hits a certain part of your stomach that the other one doesn't.
Yeah. So no, I like the thin crust. I like the hand tossed.
You look like someone from the cast of like A Handmaid's Tale.
Who? Oh, the one with the.
I don't know. They all have the hoods up.
Yeah, the girl from Peggy from Mad Men, right? Yeah. Who? Yeah.
I don't know. Let's do this every Sunday. I would love to, but I don't think JP's gonna come down to hang out every single Sunday.
I don't know if I could or not. We could. I don't know.
You should just start coming down for every episode. The listeners have spoken. This is what they want, JP. Do it for the cast. Hey, look, coming down to my house isn't a bad deal, right? You get fed.
Yeah, I got some food.
You get free beverages.
Yeah.
I showed you a few tips on Resident Evil 2. So it was all in all worth the trip.
We could possibly do something and broadcast from both locations, split screen.
Well, we could, but you have to get your laptop.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get it working tomorrow.
Yeah, or if you can get it working tomorrow, we could do that. We could each do it from our own houses. We could do split screen and do live after each episode every Sunday. I mean, we'd be competing with The Talking Dead, but it'll be okay. But you should work on that then. Get your MacBook back up and operational. I'll give you a microphone you can take home, and then we can do it like the Google Hangout.
But yeah, and I think people enjoy us better than old Chris Hardwick anyway.
What is up with people hating on Chris Hardwick? I love Chris Hardwick.
At least you and I've never had domestic abuse allegations.
I don't think he did it though.
I don't know if he did or not, but
I don't think he did it. But anyways, so yeah, I'm trying to think about anything. I mean, I guess there's a lot to talk about on this episode, but really you mainly had two plots going on, and that was the cave and the Negan Alpha naked stinky whoopee time.
Yeah.
So I mean, with the Negan thing, I definitely think that he's just using this to That's true. We're not scripted at all. In fact, we ramble quite a bit because we're just so unscripted. But yeah, so I mean, you had the cave thing, which was, I'm gonna tell you that again. I reiterate the cave. Look, people are telling us, JP, they want to see this every Sunday.
Oh my gosh, we've created a monster.
We've created a monster because nobody wants to see Marshall no more. They want Shady. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not claustrophobic in the way that you are, but just watching that made me very uncomfortable.
It made me very uncomfortable, man. I get a little stuffy sometimes.
JP did not believe that Jerry was going to be able to make the jump in the beginning.
No, I didn't.
And it was freaking hilarious. JP's like, there's no way Jerry's going to be able to make that jump. And then Jerry just said, yeet,
man, they were just
and hopped right across.
Frog hopping that thing like nobody's business. At least two people would have died doing that for real. You know what I'm saying?
Someone said that, what was it? Naked stinky whoopee time sounds perfect for the Barn of Pleasures. Well, we just saw Alpha get initiated into the Barn of Pleasures tonight. Yeah, we already had Negan in there. Yes. So would she be initiating him, or would he be initiating? I guess she's initiating him.
Yeah, I guess.
It's official, guys. Negan is in the barn of pleasures.
Man, if I was Alpha, I'd definitely be having some orgies, man. Like, you control this big group of people. I mean, why not? You know?
Yeah, why not?
That's the best part of having a cult.
McBride killed it. Let's see. Bendos Andrew says McBride killed it in this episode when she cried. She killed my boy. I actually cried, and The Walking Dead hasn't made me cry since Beth's death. Yeah, I mean, I think Melissa McBride is an awesome actress, very underrated. People think I just don't hear her name come up as much outside of talking about the Walking Dead, but she really is a fantastic actress. She's had all kinds of hills and valleys as Carol, and she's always conquered them. Even though JP here doesn't find her any bit attractive. No. I think she's a very pretty lady, but JP, on the other hand, does not find Carol attractive.
Nah, she actually repulses me, but I don't know.
She does not repulse you. Cut that bullshit out.
She does. She makes my penis cringe, but
Carol makes your penis cringe. I don't understand, but hey, to each their own, right?
But no, I think this is like the crux of her arc, man. I think she's on her way out this season.
I do too. I think that Carol is on her way out. I don't know, man. It's one of those things, kind of like where we said that Jerry probably should have died, just because it would have it would have added a lot more drama to the episode if Jerry would have been like eaten alive, half stuck. I really thought it was going to be like the scene from Resident Evil 2 where they were going to grab him, like with the cop that gets bit in half, and they were going to grab Jerry and pull him. And
that's what I thought.
That's,
that's
but
what they should have done realistically.
Yeah, it would have been brutal. It's kind of like Noah's death. Like when Noah died, it was just so brutal and hard, and like it just was like gut wrenching. But with that said, I am glad that that Jerry didn't die. But yeah, let's see what we got. I just, I felt like Negan was gonna be like, baby, leave that mask on. I've always wanted to do a walker.
Yeah.
Man, not once did she say wrong answer.
No, I think she's kicked that cat.
Negan kind of looked like that guy that's like this. This is just my interpretation of what I saw with Negan and Alpha. Let's see, JP, would you choose Alpha wearing her mask? It just took a poop, or Carol? He's gonna say Alpha, even though he knows he would pick Carol.
And not, I mean, Carol's probably got the same stank, man. I would have just.
Carol didn't just take a Duke like right then, like right before. I mean, Alpha's a boss, man. She just got done, took a Duke, threw a dude down into her Duke, and then jumped on him. I was gonna end that, but I don't want to sound like that big of a perv. There was a lot of Duke involved.
I would breathe through my mouth and get it from behind and be done, be gone. That's it.
Oh man.
I ain't doing nothing with Carol, man.
You would.
At least
you would.
Some haunches to grab onto,
I definitely think it was. I think it was pretty wild. I would have. It would have been cool to hear it, honestly, just to be somewhere in the woods and hear Negan's voice coming through the woods. Hot diggity dog, and Alpha's like, "Shut up, make love to me." Oh man, she's kind of like the female Caleb Crawdad.
Yeah.
There has been a murder, and you, sir, are a suspect.
He's the ultimate infiltrator, that's for sure.
Let's see what we got. That's fine, JP. Leave Carol for all of me. I'm with you, Jovi. I would definitely take Negan and Alpha. I loved it. So funny when he said, you do your southern voice. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. And Gimple would hit. Yeah. Wrong answer. She is. She's like the female Caleb Crawdad.
Yeah. But no,
she's going to tell that to Gamma. There has been a murder, and you, ma'am, are a suspect. I'm just going to get settled in. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
But we see, all right, so we see from the previews that I'm having a brain fart. Gamma is going to make it to Alexandria. And I do think that I would love, I feel like a lot of people would be like, so the question is she actually, I think, yeah, once she found out that Alpha didn't actually kill her daughter and she more or less killed her sister for Alpha, trying to be like Alpha. Yeah, I think she's turned. I think she's absolutely team not Whisperers. Team Alexandria.
Ultimate double cross, one of the two.
She's double crossing her double cross. It's like a quadruple cross. It's a cross within a cross.
I think that's called Hinduism. I don't know.
No, I wouldn't say Hinduism.
But yeah, I don't know what she's up to, man.
Let's see. Hey guys, how's it going? This is from Lena Warrior Lifestyle. How's it going? We'll be watching the show as it airs 9 p.m. UK. Big fan of your work, lads. Well, bless you. Thank you. That's very,
much.
very sweet. We really
And
appreciate
don't
that.
let us spoil nothing for you now.
You know, I am really scared we're going to lose Rosita, and I don't want to lose Rosita. I've always liked Rosita, but I feel like her character has been really much better, much more fleshed out in the last season or two than she has been prior seasons. Like in the first, I feel like her first little bit on the show, she was just kind of eye candy. She looked good, was wearing. I mean, no, she had a personality, but I mean, here in the last season or two, we've really started kind of like really getting to know Rosita, and I've actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah, she's actually had more of a purpose this season, other than just being Abraham's receptacle that he threw away eventually for Sasha. So I think it's cool to see her, kicking some ass, and she's a liberated woman, getting whatever dick she wants. I mean, man, maybe
You just had to bring Dick into it, didn't you?
Well, she is, but either Spencer and then
Oh yeah, she was getting it in, man. She was a
Gabriel.
yeah, she was pimping Alexander.
What's his name? All kinds of dudes.
Yeah. She was definitely getting it. Did you see 16s? No, Derek, I did not see the title of that one. What is the title of it? Tell me, what is the title of episode 16? No, I love Rosita. We can't lose Michonne. And Rosita says Dennis rocks. No one talking to Carol. Yeah, it was hard. It was heartbreaking. I mean, I'm with you. Like when nobody would talk to Carol, I did feel bad for her. But at the same time, I think she understands that. I mean, her just kind of selfishness just doomed everyone.
What about her climbing down that pit with all the dynamite?
With all the dynamite.
That could've-
Yeah.
Man, I mean, what was she gonna set off that dynamite and it was like she could have caused a cave in to kill everybody.
Yeah. Well, she did cause a cave in.
Yeah,
it just didn't kill everybody. It only maybe killed 2 of them.
Carol needs to go, man.
Episode 14 is called "Look at the Flowers." Is it really? And then they say a certain doom is the name of episode 16. Certain doom. What that was a title of a comic, right?
Which one?
A certain doom. Was it?
That sounds right.
Derek, do you remember what happened on a certain doom in the comics? Because I know that was part of the comics. I just can't remember what part it was. Wait, I am new. What happened? It's trending on Twitter. What's trending on Twitter? We're not trending on Twitter. Volume 29, he says. Yo, that dynamite isn't that sensitive. Needs a spark. I wondered. I know this isn't a great angle, but yeah, I've always wondered. Like in Lost, The Walking Dead is trending. Oh,
Yeah.
see what's trending on it. I mean, we literally just got done with the episode. I screwed around with the computer for a little while, and I swear I thought that a certain doom is where Andrea dies.
Oh.
So do you think Michonne is going to die? I feel like, all right, here's the thing. If you go back through the history of this podcast on YouTube, you will see where JP and I have said numerous times that Michonne is our favorite. I mean, she's been both of our favorites pretty much since she showed up.
She's definitely way up there, man. She's top 3 for sure.
And so we don't want to see her die, but I'm getting tired of characters just wandering off into the sunset. I mean, some big characters, I mean, I'm sorry, but if they're going to leave the show, they got to die. And I feel like sometimes they leave them alive just in case they could bring them back or whatnot. And I don't want Michonne to be the one to die, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. If a big character's leaving, we need more. We need some, like, finality to it. Yeah. Is that the right way to say that? Finality, finality.
Closure. You don't want to just be left in limbo, are they coming back? Are they not coming back?
I think I know what I'm going to do, so I don't have to keep giving this really weird look to the screen where I'm doing this. I think.
Oh, you're going to pull it up on your phone?
I'm going to pull it up on my phone, and then I am going to read. I'm going to mute it. Let me mute it, but then I can read the chat this way. Let's see here. Nice. Okay, so the comments are coming back through. All right, so let's see. So we've got Derek Patterson says Rosita is my guess. Michonne should be gone by then. Oh, so we're probably gonna have Rosita and Eugene kind of be Rick and Andrea. I think like Rosita's gonna get bit. She's gonna finally give Eugene some lip action, and then
Yeah.
I feel like it'll be very similar, especially with the title they're going with. Let's see. We should try to get hashtag mudbutt trend on Twitter. Elite. We don't know exactly. We got two people that we think died, but we don't know for sure. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, Carol. Yeah, Carol would be a perfect one to take Andrea's place. There's a hole in my sock, some bitch.
You can mend it. But
No,
no,
I
I
just throw
could,
it away.
you talk about her taking Andrea's comic book death?
Yeah, because it's called the name of the finale of this season is A Certain Doom, which is the
wow.
name of the issue where Andrea dies. So
I guess that's what
you're looking at really it's only could be Rosita. I would guess Rosita or Carol. Like Carol kind of goes. Carol and Daryl take Rick and Andrea's spots.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And yeah.
Penelope says she's switching between two Walking Dead live streams. Well, I'm just glad that we got to be one of the two.
I wonder what the other one is.
Yeah, who is the other one? Tell them to come join the party. Yeah, well, JP and I were just talking about that before we went live and before the episode. That I mean, while I do feel like there needs to, I kind of contradicting everything I just said, but I really do wish they just leave the two season one veterans alive. You know what I mean? Like leave them alive.
Yeah, I think they should have killed Jerry this episode. I think Alpha, that should be the opening for next episode is Alpha's head. You know, that tool that Negan was using to shave the bark. We should open up with him, cutting her head off with that.
Oh, that'd be brutal.
Yeah, and last episode, yeah, well, I don't know about Carol. I don't know who needs to take Andrew's death.
Yeah, I think they're probably going to go with Rosita. I think I'm calling it. I think that Rosita is going to get Andrea's comic death. That's going to be my guess. Carol and Daryl both need to be in game. I agree. Right? Thank you, Christine. Yeah, JP and I have both been talking like because it's crazy, right? There's only two left from the original season, Daryl and Carol. Like that's it. So make a path presents Ronnie Hayes. Yeah, I've seen some of his stuff. Penelope, he does some good stuff. I think I've watched a few of his videos before we even started podcasting. So that's pretty dope. Hope he's still doing good. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna guess Rosita. Carol or Rosita for Andrea's death. Who would be your final pick?
I think it
I'm all out of love. Sorry, just I saw a mic. I had to do it.
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one for me to answer. I think Gabriel will definitely die.
Nope. Don't divert. This is JP's tactic. When he doesn't, there's a question you don't want to answer. He just changes the subject. For real though, which one would you say? Kristen Serratos is on a new TV series. Well, damn it, it's probably Rosita.
But I mean, they can't have a pregnant lady on a horse get mauled.
She's not pregnant. She has a baby, but she's not pregnant.
Well, that we know of.
So, what? That's like fanfic, going into fan fiction here.
Yeah, but even still, I don't know.
Okay, so Gruel Gaming says Connie or Magna for her death, for Andrea's death. Austin Kozowski says, yo, what's up? What up, Austin? Your thumb was blurry? Ow.
Be careful.
That's the sock that has the hole in it, so we won't show that one. Or it's not Rosita Aaron and Gabe. If it's not Rosita, I don't know. I think Gabriel's definitely going to get his comic death. It's like Glenn's, man. It just was one of those that's honestly too iconic not to have. And we see Beta breaking into Alexandria. Now in the comic, I don't think it happened in Alexandria. I think that there was a horde coming, and I don't want to spoil Gabe's comic death for those of you that don't want to know it, but it basically involves falling off of something. And really painful too. Like that looked really bad in the comic. Just snap. But I feel like that's going to happen. So Gabe's gone this season. I think it's going to happen the same way it does in the comic. Please don't let Aaron be Andrea too now. He's comic Rick. Leave it at that. Yeah, I really like. Yes, Gabriel needs to get his comic book deaths right. Yeah, he definitely does. So Gabe's going this season. It looks like Rosita's going this season. I think of Magna and Connie. I don't think they're both dead yet, but I think one of them is going to die before they both get out of the cave. And I'm going to guess it's going to be Magna that's going to die as opposed to Connie, unless we're going to get Connie dying in Daryl's arms. But I don't know. I just feel like because in the comic, Magna was kind of being groomed to be like this leader. Like she actually was like a leader of Alexandria when they all left to go to the Commonwealth. And I feel like on the show, they're just not giving her that kind of attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that she's just kind of disposable.
I think Connie's going to die by accident, and Carol's going to be so messed up about it, like Carol gets, and just typical Carol. That's it, That's all.
Yep. Carol's going to definitely have to change her act.
Yeah, you just can't go running off in the woods for one thing. I don't care who or what you're chasing. A branch is hanging there. It scratches. Have you ever had a scratch on your apple? Well, you have contacts. You've had that a lot.
Quite a few times.
Yeah.
What was it? I was laughing because when Magna was fussing at Carol in the cave, it almost looked like some grandkid fussing at their grandparent in the nursing home. She's like, "What was wrong with you? Running off in the woods like that?" Oh, leave your grandma alone. I forgot what happened to Ezekiel. Right now, Ezekiel's got a giant tumor.
He's got a mass. Yeah.
That we've pondered how gross it would be if zombie bit into it. But he's got a big growth. He's definitely dying. I just don't know if it'll be this season or not. Let's see. But an artist, Andrew says Magna won't die. Her death won't have as big as an impact as Connie's death. That's very true. Magna's death won't do progress to the story at all. You're right. Scott Gimple would have killed Magna. Sorry. And yeah, Connie's death would definitely be more emotional. Especially if she died in Daryl's arms. Damn it, the first human I've loved since Rick. I mean, poor Daryl, right? Like, the love of his life blows himself up on a bridge. And then the next love of his life gets buried in a cave. Life's not looking good for old Dare Bear right now.
Yeah, whenever dynamite's involved, Daryl is just going to have a bad day. That's it.
That's true.
Did you see the canary cage down there in the mine, man? It's like a 1890s mine or something.
It's like the Wizarding World of Harry Potter down there.
Yeah, this was like an archaeological site or something. Dude, what they should have done was like in City Slickers 2, like they think they're finally getting out, but it turns out it was all like an amusement ride, and Curly's Gold never even existed, and that Alpha is just like doing this as a tourist attraction. Something like that.
Actually, and another good point brought up by one of our listeners, Connie's death would be good, like friction between Carol and Daryl.
Yeah.
Because Daryl's already clearly not happy with Carol. And if Connie dies, then that really would be a good way. Because, I mean, they've been best friends for so long. I mean, they've probably got the bracelets and everything. So it's like, for them to like not be friends and almost, I don't think they'll be enemies, but for Daryl to just not care about Carol, it's going to be a weird place to be.
Yeah, she's become a burden, plain and simple. That's it. I'm sorry.
Yep, she's just running out in the woods after people and getting people trapped and I I don't know, man. What was the highlight of this episode for you?
I guess that side butt with Alpha and Jeffrey Dean Morgan, man, his body's pretty tight too, but definitely like I said, it would have made my night to just be horrified seeing Jerry ripped in half and them just pulling up a legless torso.
If you've never played Resident Evil 2, you should Google Resident Evil 2 cop scene, or it's in the beginning of the game, but there's a cop that's coming out from under the door, and as Leon's trying to pull him out, some zombies pretty much just chew him in half. And that's really what they should have done with Jerry, is have him like screaming in agony and pain, which is sad because nothing but pure joy and happiness comes from Jerry's face. But and then as they pull him, just like his top half gets pulled, and it's just brutal. You know what I mean? That would have sucked to lose Jerry, and I love Jerry so much. I really would love to hang out with the actor that plays Jerry, because it seems like he'd be so cool to get stoned with, because he's just so positive. But that should have happened. Yes.
Yeah, we could hang out with him at the Comic-Con a few hours up the road here pretty soon. But it's like $40 just to meet him, and I don't know about that.
Mr. Red says we're cool, and he's subscribing.
Oh, Mr.
Whoop,
Red.
whoop. Mr. Red. Let's see. No, there won't be another Pike scene. Please don't. Yeah, I hope they don't do another Pike scene. That'd have been just as bad as back when they were thinking that Negan was going to do another eeny, meeny, miny, mo scene. Like he was going to line them back up. And that would have sucked. Like we've been through it once. So we don't need another set of Pikes. It just wouldn't. I don't know. Even if it was a lot of main characters on it, it still just wouldn't have the shock value like it did the first time.
Yeah, Pikes are played out. This year I want like a head on a tortoise, like in Breaking Bad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just like a tortoise just walking across the border with some person's head on it. Like, hello.
Like Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Did my dog just try to bust down the door?
I don't know what happened, man, but something coming through there.
Hopefully not walkers. But yeah, I dug this episode, man. It's a good, I would say, you know, part of me wants to say, kind of like we said, remember with the mid-season finale, we said that we thought it was a good episode, not the best finale. I feel like part of me wants to say that for this premiere, but then again, it did what a premiere should do. It had me on the edge of my seat the entire episode. So I don't think I can really talk down on it as far as being disappointed.
Nah, man, it was a good episode. It was a good premiere. I think there was definitely some missed opportunity as far as like getting back to there, like anybody can go at any time kind of thing.
Right.
But, you know, still a good episode, a solid premiere.
Jerry gets to live to be in the Bond of Pleasures. Because we were really worried that Jerry was going to die and just, I guess, try to have to start like a cloud of pleasures up in heaven.
Yeah.
But alas, Jerry gets to maintain wearing the Shiva costume and giving Ezekiel a roar, dude. So kudos for Jerry.
He could have died as he lived, just getting split in half, you know, and eaten, getting that butt eaten. But it didn't go down that way.
Thank goodness for Jerry. But yeah, do you think Beta want to get in them cheeks? I mean, we're talking Negan's cheeks, or I definitely think he wants to get in Alpha's cheeks for sure. I can't imagine if he looked across the field. Welcome to the field of pleasures. Come on, Beta. Like I knew Sexy Time was coming too, and she was like, part of me thought maybe she was going to kill him, or you know, I didn't think Negan was actually going to die, but her plan was to kill him. Basically, because she realized he was smarter than her as far as finding out the spy and all of that. Which she's clearly too prideful to admit that he did. So I thought she was going to try to kill him just for that information. Because remember, she killed that Whisperer for seeing her cry. Yeah. You know, so she doesn't want anyone ever thinking she's weak because she's the Alpha. So I just thought she was going to try to do that. But for some reason, once she said, take off your clothes, I knew that when he turned around, there was going to be naked Alpha. I just think it's so funny she left the mask on, man. Like all that nakedness, rotted, wrinkled up, dead body.
Yeah, man, it was interesting. She was like, you know, see me in my true skin. So I don't know, man. She's a messed up puppy.
Yeah.
Have you ever wanted to have sex with like a blonde Freddy Krueger? That's essentially what he's doing.
Like somebody as a kid has a Freddy Krueger fetish now and is like, oh, yes, I'm very excited for the world premiere. Are you? I mean, the Walking Dead, the World Beyond. Are you?
Yeah, man. I think it's going to be a good thing, and I think it's a great idea to keep it just like a 2-season story. That's it. You know, that's it.
They're not going to drag on another series just to milk the Walking Dead name. Like, hopefully, I really think this show is going to serve as more of a bridge between the show and Rick. You know what I'm saying? I think that it's going to have something to do with that. But I like that it's just 2 seasons. And I think it's like they have a little story they want to tell, and they're just going to tell the story, not try to fill a time slot, which could be nice and refreshing.
No, man, I think that's how they should approach The Walking Dead from here on out, just anthology style. like American Horror Story. Yeah, you can interconnect stuff, but yeah, don't put us through this hellacious Fear the Walking Dead kind of thing.
One of our listeners has a good question. How wouldn't it be cool to see the blooper reels? How many times do you think Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Samantha Morrison had to film that scene to not laugh?
Yeah, I don't know, man, because I guess Jeffrey Dean Morgan had like a cock sock on, but I mean that
We never really saw him. Well, we did see his butt, I guess, but we didn't really see him from there down. So he could have just had on like pants.
I don't know, man. I think he had a cock, but I mean I think he has a cock.
Well, I mean, we're pretty sure that Negan has male genitalia, but
Alpha's tits are just out there, they're out there. It didn't look like there was a body.
they could. Well, they could have. Nowadays, they have the ability, like they could take, like if they wanted to, like a green band and wrap it around her boobs and like CGI boobs. So I'm sure that's probably were her boobs. But I mean, she could have had something that came up and left, like pushed up the top of her boobs. And she didn't. She might. My point is, she might not have actually been naked.
If you're a real actor, you got to be willing to put it all out there.
I feel like we'll find if we would have watched Fear. I mean, the Talking Dead, they would have probably divulged more into the nude scene.
Well, some things are best left to the imagination, and that's it.
When they said, what was it, that there was going to be just this crazy sex scene, or that whatever, like we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was thinking, not that I really wanted to, but a part of me was thinking we were going to see a little Negan Alpha whoopee time.
Yeah, I think they could have given us a little bit more than they gave us,
Yep. Let's see. Elite says, can you please do a summary of the episode? A summary. All right. So kind of like a recap, because basically we find our heroes in the cave, surrounded by the dead. Basically some whisperers attack them. They kill them. They search around for a while, crawling through some very narrow and unnerving crevices. And eventually they find a arrow that starts to lead them out. And I'm going to do it in two separate. I'm going to do the Negan thing and the Alpha thing separate. But anyway, so then as they're making their way to the exit, it's really narrow. They're trying to dig their way out. And Kelly finds some dynamite, to which Jerry tells her it's sweating worse than he is, to put it back down. So she puts it back down, covers it up. And then Carol decides she's going to climb to the top of this rock and drop off some dynamite and take out as many of the horde as she can. Daryl, of course, is like, what are you doing? That's really stupid, Carol. My voice is killing me tonight. I can't do my Dare Bears good. But, he's like, Carol, come with me. Something inspiring. I love you. And then she almost falls to her death, but he pulls her up. But when she almost falls, she ends up accidentally caving the whole cave in, which ultimately everyone gets out from. They kill a few whisperers, but Magna and Connie are both trapped, and we don't really know if they're alive or dead. Meanwhile, on the other side of the woods, let's see, Alpha's taking a Duke. Negan approaches her. I thought she was just peeing. Are you sure she was taking a Duke? I mean, I knew it was a pit, like it's a toilet pit where they Duke and pee, but I feel like she was just peeing.
I guess we don't know for sure, but just when Negan was like, by the way, your shit does still stink, just kind of made me think that she was doing number two, but not necessarily.
Right. Well, maybe she wasn't, but so we're just going to say for the sake of hilarity, she was taking a poo. But so Alpha's squatted over a pit taking a poo. Negan walks up, makes a joke about her butt, and then it tells her that she needs to start looking closer to home for the spy and suggests that it's Gamma. So Alpha, not happy that Negan figured that out before she did, put a blade to his balls and then pushed him into a pile of shit. And then I was looking at that light, looked like I had a weird part going on in the middle of my head. But so then she goes and tells Beta about Gamma, that she suspects her as a traitor. And she, then goes back to Negan, makes him get naked, and then she gets naked, all but her mask, and then she takes a ride on that disco stick. And I think that's pretty much a summary of the episode. I'm sure I left a few little things out, but that's the gist. Wouldn't you say? Anything you need to add?
No, I think that's about it.
Yeah. So if she was taking a Duke, though, like she really didn't wipe.
No, she didn't, man. I don't know. Maybe she had a whisper we didn't see back there. Just take care of that and then just scurry off into the forest.
I don't know, man. I mean, just grab a leaf or something. There's so many things. There are so many things in the woods that a human can wipe their ass with.
Yeah.
As long as it ain't poison oak. Be careful of poison oak.
Yeah. Be careful of that.
You're welcome, Elite. Hopefully that summary was sufficient. That is pretty much the gist. I mean, there might be a few little details left out, but I mean that's kind of the whole. That's kind of the
Yeah.
the gist of the episode. If you know all of that going into the next episode, you should be fine.
Yeah. I think you got it.
Let's see what our
Puppets though.
we have to use. Can we finally pull the puppets out?
We can use the puppets next time.
JP made me lock them away for a while because he was just sure that AI were going to bring them to life, even though I was asking how can cloth puppets get manipulated by AI. But so I can pull them back out
For the time being. Yeah.
That is awesome. Are y'all doing live streams regularly now? And then, hey, we got two different people asking. Then right under that, somebody said, please do this after every episode. And then someone else under that said, this is cool. You guys should do this more often. JP, they've spoken 3 in a row right there.
We'll figure something out.
What we really want to do, because JP actually lives about a half hour away from me. So what would be convenient is if JP can get his MacBook fixed, then we could do live streams, and like I would be here and he'd be chilling at his house, and we'd be doing it this way.
My phone? Would that be possible?
Maybe. Maybe you could take the other mic setup that I have and run it to your phone, and I can use my laptop. But yeah, we'll have to. But I just say, and thank you for subbing, Elite. That's awesome. And then if you did do that, then we could. But we need to test that though. Like if by next Sunday we haven't tested it, then you really should just drive your ass down here for more pizza and live streaming. That people are digging this.
Yeah, that could be a possibility.
We've actually gotten a couple of subscribers off of this. Like,
love a good sub.
Yeah, we've gotten a few subs off of this. People, I guess, that maybe just found it on the internet and then subscribed. Yeah. Let's see. Hooray for more PD time. Right. Yeah, like I said, we can always, or if, I mean, like, we could make it work.
We'll figure it out. That's all.
Problem is that we procrastinate sometimes.
Sometimes.
No, we really do. Work is crazy busy for both of us. So a lot of times we really do intend to do the things that we say we're going to do. And just sometimes we don't get around to them. But hopefully you will have some more podcasting dead time. I really enjoy this and the interaction with the listeners. I think it's super cool. You guys are hilarious. Different from the other live streams of The Walking Dead. Laid back, funny AF. We're laid back and funny AF.
We're just keeping it casual, baby.
Just keeping it real.
Like you're in the basement with us.
Yeah, it's like that 70s show basement. Kind of. Yes. Need a little more marijuana smoke in the air.
Yeah, and yours is a little bit more cozy than they didn't have carpet. All my life, I've wanted to have a basement with carpet. It never happened. Throw rug, sure, but never carpet.
It's funny as you say you wanted the basement with carpet, and just today as I was vacuuming, I was thinking I'm going to pull up this carpet and lay down some flooring.
Nah, I'd keep the carpet.
You think so?
I'd keep it. Yeah.
Keep the carpet. Wait, is Maggie still alive? Yes, Maggie is still alive, and she's coming back this season. When exactly, we don't know. We thought that perhaps, some people thought, I really wasn't really feeling that theory, that she was going to show up and be the one to save them from the cave, but I don't think so. She was just going to pull up and be like, hey, guys, there's a cave. I feel like there's some danger afoot. Yeah. Maggie doesn't quite go that countrified, but.
She could, though. Maybe she spent some time, way down. Maybe Georgie's from, Tupelo, Mississippi or something. That's where she's been chilling.
Do you think that all right, so let's play out. Let's do a little scenario role playing here. Okay. All right, Beta walks around the corner and sees Negan and Alpha doing the dookie duty. All right. How do you think he would react? Would he A, kill Negan, B, join in, or C, run away crying with his hands over his face going,
I actually just envisioned him just like a single tear rolling down his cheek, like that Indian when someone threw trash on the side of the road. That's kind of what I had in my mind. I don't think he's he's bold enough to really interject, you know, and I don't think he would kill Negan if he's giving pleasure to Alpha, at least not right then and there. I think he would just, you know, cry tears from his penis, and that would be it.
A lot of people saying that Princess is going to be showing up this season. Princess was a cool character. What did you think of her in the comics?
Yeah, I liked her. I mean, you know, she liked to bone girls and dudes, and she was cool. She had the pink jacket or whatever.
She definitely was like Kirkman's attempt at like a pretty modern a character to reflect the times we're in now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, she was a cool character, man. She was badass with that spear.
Yeah, dude. She had a great skill set, a great weapon.
I'm just curious at who would play her.
Ugh.
Who would be a good princess? Let us know in the comments. Who would play a really good princess? Because I feel like someone on our channel has given us somebody before that we've been like, oh yeah, she'd be a great princess. But then the girl who played forgive me for not knowing her name, the girl who played Domino in Deadpool 2, yeah. She would be a good princess. And she was also in the Joker, right? Wasn't that her? Maybe was that the same girl? I think I can't remember. Hey JP, are you going to rail Justin after the live stream's over?
Well, it doesn't have to be over for that to happen. I mean, I think we'd get a lot more subs, you know. I mean, there's actually another tab on the computer here. We just flip over to that, and that's when, you know.
Ain't nobody railing Justin.
No, it'll be all right.
Not tonight. But no, he is not railing me tonight or ever. But I mean, I gave you pizza.
We'd at least make you pay for that kind of action.
Patreon exclusive. I don't think you'd rail me. I think I would rail you.
Either way it goes, you know, it'd be a good show.
JP is not my type on account of he's male. Well, but, you know, I'm not shaming. I mean, whoever you're into, I'm all for you love who you love. And that's all it is. But JP's just not really my type. No, we're not together. My girlfriend was down here on the live stream earlier. No, we're not. JP, Elite, you're new to the channel. My girl, JP is, if you, because I think Elite just subscribed. So if you just found us, JP makes a lot of homoerotic jokes. It's just his brand of humor. I do not, because that's not really my thing. So the reason why the JP railing me thing is coming out, because it's just kind of, you know, stemming off of past jokes JP's made on the podcast. And no worries.
No worries.
No worries. I'm just not really into. It's the hoodie. Lose the hoodie.
Probably.
But yeah, man, I'm really excited to see where this season is going to go. I read in our comment section, somebody said Maggie's not going to show up until the last episode, and it's going to be a cliffhanger. I don't want another cliffhanger, man.
No, I already read that it will be a cliffhanger. I don't know about Maggie or not, but
I don't know. And I know that sounds stupid because almost all finales and shows have cliffhangers to an extent, but I don't know, man. It just seems like we get a lot of them.
Yeah, I think they're going to keep on coming. I think the final series finale, like No More Walking Dead, will end on a cliffhanger.
And no, Rick's not coming back to the show. I'm not going to say ever, but he's definitely not slated to come back to the show. Supposedly he's done with that, but they are doing a Rick trilogy series. It's going to be 3 Rick movies. And I think the first one's coming to theaters, right?
Yeah.
So we'll definitely be there to see that. I would say we'd stream live during the movie, but I think that's illegal.
Yeah, most likely.
But we definitely, man, when the Rick movies come out, you can expect live podcasts before and after. And it's definitely something we're going to talk about.
Be a big deal. It's going to be massive.
Yep. But Rick is, by all intents and purposes, completely off the show for right now, which is a bummer because we love Andrew Lincoln. But I will say, man, like him being gone, just because he kind of outshined everyone, as far as not, I mean, of course he was kind of written that way, but Andy Lincoln's acting is just phenomenal, next level. So, you know, with him gone, I feel like we've really had a chance to get to know some of these other characters who have all just been kind of side characters, you know, where now they're front and center. And like Daryl, man, Daryl finally speaks He doesn't just grunt. So I'm not. I wasn't glad that Rick left, but I think it's actually worked out in favor for some characters.
Yeah.
Movie time. I just actually, speaking of The Walking Dead, I watched a movie earlier called God, what is it called? Radio something. Radio Flash, I think. Radio Flash, maybe. It has Mika, the girl that Carol told to no, Lizzie, I'm sorry. It's got Lizzie, the girl that Carol had to shoot in the back of the head. She was in it, and she's a lot more grown up than she was when she played Lizzie. And it's like the world, or at least their part of the world, loses power and just goes into chaos. And they're hillbillies and visions of death himself. It's a pretty cool movie. I mean, I'm not going to say it's the best thing ever, but it's definitely worth a watch. It's on Hulu. Let's see. It'd be cool if Rick was a part of the community that's going to be in the new show, not the one with the kids, but the guys in the black armor. Yeah, it'd be cool if like Rick's, I don't know, like a general or something there.
Yeah, he might have amnesia. Who knows?
Man, I hope they don't go the amnesia route.
I don't know, man.
I feel like there's some Daryl in my life that's missing, but who the hell is Daryl? Why do I dream of him so much?
Oh man, I want to see those dreams.
I miss my Dare Bear. I feel like he's been hanging out in a cave of pleasures. Let's see. WD, man, my contacts must be going out because I can't see far at all. Rick gotta be himself, but they got him captive. Yeah. I hope it's not like he has amnesia. Or, I don't know. That's just, but it might.
Yeah, time will tell. We'll see.
Oh, but alas, let's see. The Walking Dead World Beyond later this spring. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about that. I think some people are expecting the worst out of it, but I've got my fingers crossed. I'm hoping they've learned where they failed with Fear the Walking Dead as far as a sideshow, and maybe with this show they'll like get it back on track.
Yeah, and I feel like they must have like a beginning to end story already plotted out. You know, they're not just going season to season. Well, what kind of hijinks is the gang going to get into this go round?
Right. Elite says, "Can y'all please answer me? Let's see, what was the last question you had, my friend? It would be cool if Rick's what is it? What WDYM new show? What do you make of the new show?" No, I think Elite also asked why did they take him off on the helicopter. It's because he had been ran through with some rebar, and he blew up a bridge in order to stop the walkers from getting to the camp. Oh, what do you mean? Oh, the new show, The Walking Dead World Beyond. But yeah, so Rick blew it up and went into a river, and Jadis saved him by getting him on the helicopter. And I'm sorry I'm yawning. That's really rude. On the radio, we have buttons we can press to turn off when we have to yawn or sneeze or fart. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this.
Yeah, well, JP gotta get on the road.
Yeah, and I gotta get in the bed. I'm not like JP, man. When I have to get up at 5 a.m, I can't stay up till 2 or 3.
Yeah, well, you know, that's where the crystal meth comes in.
Right. The cocaine helps.
Yeah, well, I've graduated to crystal meth now.
So you've moved on.
Yeah, I'm not playing I'm not Joey Bananas over here. I'm not playing games.
Don't do drugs, kids. Please don't do drugs.
Unless they're the good
kind. Not the strong kind, at least.
I'd rather do strong than weak.
I mean, I'm saying, you know, let's just stay within the green realm.
I ain't cutting my stuff with baby powder over here.
Let's see. Get some rest, guys. Up the Walking Dead World Beyond. So glad I caught this live stream. The fuck are you doing over here? What were you about to? You sound like my girlfriend's cats when they hawk up hairballs. Like, oh. Nice. Can you replicate that noise?
No, it hurt too badly.
It sounded like your stomach was coming out of your throat.
Sometimes it does.
If you're gonna hawk up a hairball, do me a favor. Go to the side of the basement where there's no carpet, so at least it's easier to sweep up.
I'll consider it.
In the meantime, I think that's going to wrap it up for this post Walking Dead live cast. But we thank everyone who tuned in. This has been a blast, and for those new to the channel that are now subscribing, we hope you'll continue to enjoy. Now, not every one of our broadcasts is video. In fact, most of them are just audio, but we do, and we want to do more video stuff. We're just kind of having to figure some things out, but we'll definitely be doing some more live casts, hopefully after the episodes. I would love to make it to where we did this after every episode, but I guess we'll just have to see. But we'll always make sure we have something. And if Patreon would stop being so damn difficult for our patrons, we could do a lot more on there for you as well. But if you are considering it, feel free to check us out on Patreon, where you can go for as little as $1 a month, and you get like extra podcast every time. We've got contests, and now that it's started, we got to do our contest. Yeah, we got so many cool Walking Dead prizes. One or two of them I'm gonna end up keeping for myself, but the rest we're gonna share. Yeah. But so we're gonna start this week doing some Patreon giveaways. So yeah, at patreon.com/thepodcastingdead. It can cost as little as $1 a month. So, and if not, and you just watch and listen here, that's cool. We still love you either way. So let's see. Night Jovigal. Peace out to Elite. Peace out to Young Jim. Christine Meek. Derek Patterson. Let's see. Contest. Yes, Christine. We're going to start doing contests. We're going to be giving away Walking Dead merch. We've got all kinds of cool stuff. For everything from like figures to comic books to more figures, and just really, really cool. We've got a Walking Dead game to give away. I really want that. I think that would be so dope to play that on the cast, but whatever. I guess we'll give it to the patrons. But yeah, lots of really cool stuff we're giving away. Like I said, doing giveaways on our Patreon, and that's not a certain tier. Anybody, even at $1 entry, is always registered into our contests. So yeah, let's see. You guys should do this during the fear, so we won't all pay attention to that horrible show and talk. We definitely now. I do think we could be more entertaining than an hour of Fear of the Walking Dead.
So.
You got an itch there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm getting itchy.
Hairballs. You're over there hacking up lungs. You're itching. Are you turning into a zombie?
I got to get back to my stasis chamber.
If you're turning into a zombie, man, I will shoot you in the head.
Well,
but I promise you I'll miss you once you're gone.
Well, at least there's that.
Okay. But, the whole... Never mind. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you so much to everybody who tuned in and making us a part of your night. It was a fun time. It was a good premiere. Not the best premiere, but a good premiere, and I'm very excited for this season. JP, anything you want to leave them with?
I ain't gonna leave him with nothing. No. Nah. I gotta even out my beard, though. God in heaven.
Look, man, you come to my house, you hawk up hairballs, you're scratching your skin fleas all over my couch. Peace out, YouTube. We love you.